Hello there fellow modellers, Steve here, and I hope everybody is having fun modelling because that's what it's all about. But enough of me waffling. Tonight's video is updates on what group builds I've got going, the sideline kits that I have on the side, what I got for my birthday, which was on the 3rd of May, which was, what's the date now? The 13th, 14th, about nearly 2 weeks ago, and a few other prezzies that I got for my birthday, and just general waffle on. Right, so we'll start off first with the motorcycle sidecar for Russell Gosling and Hamilcar Barkus, I think I pronounced that right, out of your comfort zone group build. Now this, well, as I've put on earlier ones, it's really tested me, this, but it seems to be going okay now. Right, now as you can see, the reason I don't like this kit very much is it's too bloody small. Have you seen the size of it compared to, say, a paint pot? It's bloody tiny, but I've managed to get most of it done. And as you can see, I'll zoom in a bit there. The sidecar isn't connected yet. I've just left it like that to make it look good. But it's nearly finished. I mean, I've got till, when is it, the end of June, 24th of June to finish this. That's when the group build ends, so I should get it finished by then. And I might put it on a little plaque with a desert scene, because it has the desert colours of the Africa Corps. But it's something that I've done, but I don't think I'll attempt anything this small again. I mean, I like motorbikes. I've got a motorcycle kit over there, but it's a hell of a lot bigger than this one, and it's been a pain in the bottom. But I've managed to get bits, all of it on. There's some bits that have disappeared into the carpet monster, and I'll never see them again. So I've had to make bits, but I've got round to it, and it's turning out okay. It's not the best kit I've ever made, but there you go. It was definitely out of my comfort zone. So I'll just put this to one side. I hope I don't break anything. And we'll start with the Supermarine Spitfire 1/32 scale Revel for demand modelers, build big or go home, forget about it. Now this ended on the 1st of April, but I'm still doing mine, and I'm Warren Blanche. Hi there, Warren. He's doing an ME109 E7 or 8, I can't remember the number, and he's still doing his. So I've got this, most of it is done now, painting. The underside, well, it's all taped up to protect it from the spray, from the airbrush. The underside colour is done, which is a beige green, which was standard RAF colours. Dark earth on the top. And I've used the sausage roll blue tack method for the green. And that's all been done with the airbrush, and I'm getting used to that now. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It blocks up, because I've got an airbrush what I got with the kit, with the compressor when I got it at Telford last year. It's a side one, but I bought one off eBay that's got it on the top, a gravity feed, and that's a lot better. So I think I might stick with that one. But everything's going fine with that. This was a beautiful kit to put together. No, well, just a little bit of filler on the wing roots there, but you definitely get a hell of a better finish with a airbrush. I've noticed that. You can see all the panel lines. Now I did try pre-shading it, but it never worked. That's something I'll probably have to practice a bit more at, but it's getting there. So we'll put that over there. And this is another side kit that I've got going, which is a Junkers EF 128. which was a kit I picked up on eBay. I can't remember the name of the kit manufacturer, but it's one of those never got off the drawing board designs. A little interceptor. I'll show you a picture of that. That was the cover of the kit. Attacking a P-38 Lightning. But it never got beyond the design stage drawing board. But it's a good little kit, and it's simple, not very many parts. The underside is the same stage as the Spitfire. The underside's done. The dark earth, it's brown, but I've used dark earth and I've got the green to put on. And that should be finished. I'm hoping to get that finished by next Monday, so I can take it to my model club and show it off. Right, the other group build I've got going is my Vickers Wellington for Frankie Day's British Bomber group build. Now this is an old Airfix kit, and it's ancient. And it's had a bit of fit issues in the fuselage because they didn't mate, so I've had to fill it in there with a bit in the wing root there, and also a bit in the bottom. It's really where the bomb bay, where you can see if you look closely, but you can't do anything if you can't seal that up, because otherwise the bombs won't fall out. That's an obvious one. So I'll make some more modifications to that to make it look a bit better. But apart from that, it's going okay. The wings, they're not too bad fit wise. And I did a bit of detail in the cockpit because there was none. Let's see if I can pick it up. And I've put a control panel in with a few different coloured dials. And I found a spare bulkhead in my spares box and modified that so it looks a bit better, even though you probably won't see it once the glass canopy is on, but never mind. Now, with it being an old kit, I was looking around for a newer one, but they were all like a bit pricey. But the last model show I went to at Darlington, I actually found a Matchbox kit and I bought that. So we'll see how this turns out. I might just build the Matchbox just to modify it. I mean, this group build ends when? The 1st of June, which is about 2 weeks away. So I think I might get that finished. But if you run over the time, no problem. It's yes, and the other kit I've got on the side is a Beaufighter. Now this was done with the airbrush as well. That's undercoat, that at the moment. It's like a beige green underneath. It's all covered up, and it's a green with a lightish brown because it's a Far East model of the Australian Air Force. It was an overall green, but I found other markings of a Royal Australian Air Force Beaufighter that operated in New Guinea in, I think it was in Flypast or Aeroplane, one of the two. They did spotlights on different ones, and they did one on the Beaufighter, and there's a full page spread of a colour scheme, so I'm going to modify that. So that's coming along. And this is an old Frog model, but it's went together okay. Now there's a couple of other side kits I've got going. Just started them, just do it. This, which is an Airfix Hawker Seahawk. Now, with this being an old kit, there is a few fit issues on the fuselage. I've had to put some filler on, and I'll put some filler on the tailplane wing roots there. But apart from that, it's going okay. Now, the markings were for the classic Seahawk that you always get, which is the either the Royal Naval Historic Flight, which has the red diamond badge on, or you get the German markings, the German Kriegsmarine. But I found another kit on eBay, and there was actually two kits in here, and that was it there. And I'm going to do this in the markings of, I think it's number 806 Squadron, which is on the box art there. Good box art, I like it. That flew from HMS Albion during the Suez Crisis. As you can see, it's got the black and yellow identification stripes on the wings and the fuselage. And it also gives you markings in this one for an Indian Navy model, which is a possibility. So I've actually got 3 kits, because I had to buy another kit because this Airfix one didn't have a canopy in. So I bought another one. It was a Nova kit, which is basically a frog model, but I just bought it for the kit because the kit itself was terrible. It was one of them where you put the fuselage together and the pilot was moulded and it was just his head sticking out. It was pretty terrible, so I flung it. But I wanted the canopy anyway, and there's 2 kits in there, so that's that done. And another one I've just started, which is an Airfix 1/48th scale Supermarine Seafire FR-47. Now I've did a bit of detail in the fuselage there. The seat's in, and there's the other side. And this was the last Seafire that served in the Royal Navy. I'm doing this in the markings of a Korean War Seafire, because they served briefly at the beginning of the Korean War until they were replaced by the Sea Fury. And this is basically compatible, I think, with the Spitfire Mark 24, which was the final version of the Spitfire and the Seafire. And when you put them together, you can see the resemblance, but they really bear no resemblance to the Mark 1 Spitfires of Battle of Britain Fame. Battle of Britain Fame, that's it. Develops to it's got contra-rotating propellers as well. So that's going on as well. Oh, and there's and I'm doing it with the wings folded. That's that. Now what else have I got? I think that's it. Oh yes, Russell Goslin is starting. It's a group build, but it's a coup or something. It's just an ongoing thing. It's celebrating the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo. And as soon as I heard that, I said I'll sign up for that, and I know exactly what I'm doing. This is a kit that I picked up at Telford last year. And I'll be doing that. A rifleman of the 95th Rifles, which was actually made famous by the Sharp TV series, and I'm going to do it as best I can as Lieutenant Richard Sharp. And you get a choice of whether he's standing or kneeling, and I think I'll do him kneeling. I'll put him on a little plaque with a bit of grass. Because there I've got a picture of them. The chosen men. Now it's a while since I've did a figure like this. Right, what now? Things that I got for my birthday. Right. Now, what I got off me wife and daughter was which was that, which was another one that didn't get off the drawing board, an Aradu ARE Treble 5, known as the America Bomber, even though technically when you look at the statistics it couldn't fly to America because it didn't have the range, but there you go, it's a what if. And this one, which I like, is the 172nd, and I've found the 148th scale, which is a Maschi CO2 Folgore. Now I like this Italian fighter, lovely plane, and I'll enjoy doing the mottled camouflage with my airbrush. And this, which is Gallipoli, Mel Gibson and Mark Lee, I think. It's a good film. Now this is the 100th anniversary this year of the Gallipoli landings, and I'll be doing a little diorama with the Australian soldiers as part of Chancellor North Wales community build for World War I, because 1915 is the Gallipoli year, so that's relevant. I watched it on my birthday actually, and I got a load of reference points for the trenches, which you can see on the back of there. And I've got some sandbags off eBay, tiny ones, so I'll enjoy making that. Right, and what I got off my mum and dad was this, which is an Avro Vulcan t-shirt. I've got another one, but I wanted another one. And this, which is what the man cave is now called. It's now called the map room. And that's a sign. You could have had it, Emma's room, things like that, so I got, I know what I'll do, the map room. I've actually put that on my Facebook page, because I'm now on Facebook, and it's, so if you type in, it's obviously my name, but it goes by Hangar Deck Modelling, which is in closed brackets. But if you type in Hangar Deck Modelling, it'll come up, and it'll come up as my name, Steve. It's not Jake Cutter anymore, not on this anyway. And I put some pictures of the Spitfire and other things on last night, because there's a lot of the modellers off YouTube are on it. Lenny, Warren Blanche, who else is on? Aaron Newlands, Cohen C, Michael. A lot of them's on, because it seems to be a bit better. Plus there's other people that's on me, my brother's on it, and he's been looking at me work. Right, so I'm on there. So if you type that in, if you want to have a look, make a comment, fine. Every comment will be much appreciated. There's also a few pictures of the map room from different angles. It wants a good tidying up in there because it's a bit of a mess. But I'll get round to that. It's just all kits and decal sheets everywhere, and the bench is a bit of a mess. It wants a good dust, and the carpet wants a good hoover as well. But I'll get round to that when I've got time. So that's my video, and I'll probably upload this tomorrow, because I think it's a bit late now, and it does take ages to upload. So happy modelling, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye now.